Alright, to take an airbag off, to do clock spring or steering wheel off, this is what you need to do. I use a tool like this, little snap-on tool. There's a clip behind the airbag at about 11 o'clock and about 1:30. And then there's also one at 6 o'clock down the bottom here. The clips are behind the steering wheel. You can feel your hand, put your finger in there and you can feel the little clips around there. They're these things that you're trying to pry up. You just get in there behind there and pop them up. Pretty easy once you do a couple. Pull it out and there'll be these two airbag clips on there. Undo them, put the airbag somewhere. Next, internally, there'll be this white little clip that pops into there. Undo that. Also, another white one up the top. Unplug that. That's that. Next, the 13mm in the middle. Undo that puppy. Remove that. That also has a little weight steering dampener on it. Make sure that goes back in. Makes a big difference. And then just wiggle the steering wheel off. Make sure you've got it always on in the center and you know where you're going to put it back on. You also need to take off this cover here, which is 2 7mm down the bottom each side, and it will just pop off. And then take the bottom shroud off. It has 3 Torx bits, sizes T20, and then that'll come off. Underneath is 2 plugs, a white and yellow one. Pop them out, and that'll pull out, and that goes into the clock spring. Physically get the clock spring out, it sits in little grooves on the side. You just pop them out with this tool. Works the best. I've used it for years. Done. Clock spring's out. Now always make sure it's in the center. You can do that by counting the turns. So it's 2 3/4 turn to the right. And 3 to the left. Just always double check. Done. That's in the center. Now, after you've centralized the clock spring and you've got all your diagnostics tools with you that we should have soon, inside there's the little gear. Now that's what is the steering angle sensor. As you can see, when I move that steering angle, the percentage on the right there will change. The main aim is to get it on 0. It's really fiddly sometimes, but you'll get there. Now when you're popping the clock spring back in, it is geared so it'll turn occasionally. I normally set it about 6.5 and then pop the clock spring back in. Make sure the arrows are lined up. You can see the little arrows and arrows. Just pop it back in. Steering angle sensor, 4 degrees. That's allowable. And that's it. Put it all back together.